The Ozarks, but this larger swath of showers trying to move on in back over from Kansas and Oklahoma, bringing with it some heavy rain that has led to flash flooding in parts of northeastern Oklahoma this morning, and a lot of lightning within some of those thunderstorms as well, gradually working off to the east now and making a run towards Highway 65 by around 2 p.m. I think coverage will break up a bit, but we'll still see maybe a few thunderstorms, and then east of Highway 65 this evening with still a few scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Looking a little drier maybe for some of you north of I-44, but won't last for long. Another wave of rain and storms tries to move on in tomorrow morning. And into tomorrow afternoon and evening, we'll have a few more storms that could be severe. Temperatures right now in the mid to upper 70s, a little bit cooler off to our west. And throughout the day today, cloud cover locked on in, and we'll climb into the low 80s for highs this afternoon. Staying in the 70s for the evening, and highs today for most around 79 to about 83 degrees across the area. Still below average. We'll talk about a first alert weather day tomorrow coming up soon. Into some of our westernmost counties close to I-49. Some of these storms today on the low and severe side. Really the main threat we've been seeing with this system so far has been flooding, but there is a low chance for maybe an isolated wind gust up to 60 miles an hour heading into the afternoon. Here's a look at 2 o'clock. Still in our westernmost counties, but making a run towards Highway 65. A few thunderstorms possible into the afternoon and evening with a little bit of scattered rain, lining up mostly along and south of I-44 and east of Highway 65 heading into the late evening hours. And then overnight tonight, I don't want to rule out an isolated shower, but many will stay dry and cloudy before we track another wave of rain and storms moving in tomorrow. So we'll see some morning showers, potentially some storms. This model keeps them off mostly in northwestern Arkansas with a few showers in far southwestern Missouri. That coverage could be a little bit greater in the morning. We'll have to watch that closely. We're talking about maybe a couple boundaries in our area tomorrow that will initiate some rain, some storms, and some of them could be severe, with I think that greatest risk coming into Thursday afternoon and evening. We have a few storms back along a boundary likely developing in some of our northernmost counties, and then maybe even these storms pushing on in from Kansas and Oklahoma, working their way into our westernmost counties that could also be severe, and there is a tornado risk for the day tomorrow as well. Rain and thunderstorms continues into the overnight hours. More heavy rain possible into Friday morning, and still looking at the potential for some flooding. So tomorrow there is a level 2 slight threat for severe storms covering a large portion of our area. Some of our northern and eastern counties included in this level 1 marginal threat. Basically everyone has a risk for severe storms tomorrow. It is going to be a little bit greater though, mostly west of Highway 65. You'll notice temperatures today a bit warmer than yesterday, but we are still below average for this time of year, likely in the low 80s for highs today for most. And overnight tonight will stay warm back in the upper 60s for many waking up tomorrow morning. Now the next few days, our highs continuing to climb. We'll be back in the 90s at the start of next week, and rain chances going down as our pattern begins to change. Now we will see a few more showers and thunderstorms on Friday. Some of those may be also on the strong to severe side. Some morning rain and thunderstorms, a few hanging around into the evening hours as well, with some more heavy rain. And then on Saturday, I think we could see maybe a few more morning showers than what this model shows, but still it's going to be a pretty low chance on Saturday. And the afternoon, I think, is looking pretty dry. Rain total wise, we'll see the most north of Highway 60 all the way through Saturday evening. Some spots could pick up more than 2 to 3 inches of rain. So we are looking at the potential for flooding, and a flood watch will be issued shortly for Thursday and on Friday. Here's a look at our pattern changing though. This kind of westerly flow or active weather pattern is changing, and we have this big upper level ridge taking shape here across the central U.S. next week, with the jet stream moving a bit further to the north. The jet stream's great at transporting cooler air, but temperatures still warming back up for many into the low 80s for highs today, below average with cloud cover hanging around. A flood watch has now been issued for areas here mostly along and north of Highway I-44, north of Highway 60 for Thursday into Friday morning. First back over from Kansas and Oklahoma, starting to cross over here into Missouri and Arkansas, making a run towards I-49. Some heavy rain and a bit of lightning right now, but nothing severe. We could see a little bit of flooding though possible, and we have some rain developing now in some of our eastern counties over towards parts of Phelps and Denton County. By around 2 o'clock, the main wave of rain still mostly west of 65, and we'll see a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms heading into the evening, mostly south of I-44, and continuing overnight tonight to see a little bit of some dry time before more rain and a few thunderstorms arrives tomorrow, with a first alert weather day mostly for storms tomorrow late afternoon and into the evening hours. Temperatures right now are warming up. We're in the upper 70s, 81, a little bit warmer in Lebanon right now, 77 in West Plains, and 75 in Monette, with temperatures today climbing back up into the low 80s for many for highs this afternoon, staying in the 70s this evening with some better rain and thunderstorm chances still, and highs today for most, I would say, in the low 80s, maybe a little bit warmer in some of these spots than what this model here shows. And there is just a small risk for an isolated severe storm today. Really, though, I think your main threat could be some heavy rain leading to some flooding. But a first alert weather day tomorrow, as we have a slight risk for severe storms and the potential for large hail, damaging winds, and even a tornado threat that I'll talk about coming up soon. Rain working its way on in from Kansas and Oklahoma. Some thunderstorms as well, producing some heavy rain and a lot of lightning. And then back over in our eastern counties, we actually have a little bit of rain that's developed now east of Rolla over towards Salem and Dent County, moving on out though quickly, and not looking at any lightning within that swath of rain there in our northeastern counties. But today there is a very low severe threat, level 1 marginal threat here in far southwestern Missouri, northern Arkansas. I really think most of the rain and storms today we see will stay below severe limits. But if you see any strong storms, they're likely containing wind gusts maybe up to 60 miles an hour. By around 2 o'clock, as the rain moves on in, we'll see coverage maybe starting to break up a bit and the rain starting to weaken. Then by around 6, we'll have a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly south of I-44, and continuing into the early evening hours before most stay dry tonight. And we'll see more rain on the way tomorrow, with a wave of rain and storms working its way on in close to I-49 and into northwestern Arkansas from the morning through lunchtime. Some of those may pack a punch, but our severe threat goes up into the late afternoon and evening tomorrow and continues into the overnight hours. We'll have a couple boundaries here hanging around the Ozarks that can initiate storms tomorrow that could be severe. So this is 6 o'clock, and a couple areas we'll have to watch out for. And there is the potential for all severe threats, including even a tornado or two. This is midnight, still some rain and storms we're watching move on in, and some heavy rain. Then by Friday, 8 o'clock in the morning, some scattered showers too. Now tomorrow's severe risk level 2 slight threat highlighted here in yellow. Like I mentioned, all severe threats, wind and hail, of course, still the primary threats, but a tornado or two will be possible. And then the rest of the areas included in a level 1 marginal threat. You'll notice today temperatures a little bit warmer than yesterday. It's pretty humid though. We are watching highs today still below average in the low 80s for highs for most, with overnight lows tonight staying back in the upper 60s, waking up tomorrow morning. Now over the next couple of days, our highs each day will get a little bit warmer, and our rain chances will start to go down heading into the weekend and for the start of next week, with highs climbing back into the 90s. But of course, some rain and storms. Let's time out your Friday. Friday morning, we'll wake up to a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then maybe another wave hangs around Friday evening. There is a low severe risk with these storms Friday as well. Wind, hail, those primary threats, and very heavy rain could likely lead to some flooding in spots from today all the way through your Friday. Saturday, I think, is going to be a little bit drier, maybe a few isolated showers in the afternoon, in the morning into early afternoon, but I think most will stay dry on Friday or on Saturday. There is a flood watch in place now. That's going to be for Thursday afternoon all the way through Friday morning for areas mostly north of Highway 60, back over in Kansas, Oklahoma, central Missouri included in a flood risk. Some spots may be picking up more than 2 to 3 inches of rain. Even locally higher totals than that could certainly be possible. But our weather patterns changing up. This is the jet stream here. It's starting to lift further to the north, and we have this big upper level ridge building on in at the start of next week. And that's going to help us really heat in storms back here across parts of the Ozarks. Back from the plains down into parts of the southeast, where southern Arkansas, looking at a couple flash flood warnings right now. Some flash flood warnings in northeastern Oklahoma, and this swath of rain starting to work its way on into northwestern Arkansas as well. Regionally today, severe threats greatest back up towards really the Rockies, coming off the Rockies. Level 3 enhanced risk northeast of Denver this afternoon. Nebraska, parts of western Nebraska included in that level 3 enhanced risk. And then tomorrow, level 2 slight threat back off the Rockies again, and then stretching back here into the Ozarks, where we do have a first alert weather day for storm chances tomorrow as well. Flood watch in place for us. It begins tomorrow afternoon through Friday, but flood watches across the region for some beginning as early as today. We have a lot of rain on the way over the next few days, and some spots could pick up more than 3 inches of rain here in the Ozarks. It's hot back over in Arizona, New Mexico. We're talking about temperatures 111 in Phoenix today, 102. A little bit cooler, a bit more pleasant off to our north with a high of 78 in Minneapolis today. Was 108 degrees. I want to show you just yesterday's highs across the region there in Arizona, where spots hitting 113, 109, and then of course back there towards Phoenix yesterday, 109 degrees. So very hot weather there, and this is just a good reminder to also know the signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. That woman was unfortunate. Heat stroke, you have to call 911 immediately. That is going to be a major medical emergency. Throbbing headache, you're not sweating. Sweat is great because it actually helps cool your body off, and you'll notice you may lose consciousness, or the difference there is maybe just dealing with some muscle cramps for heat exhaustion. Heat exhaustion, get to a cool air-conditioned place immediately. But as we head into next week, the summer heat returns here in the Ozarks, and while we're not going to be at 109 degrees, it is going to be important to slow down for summer. Dress for summer. That's light-colored, loose-fitted clothing. Of course, always wear sunscreen when spending an extended amount of time out in the sun, heading to the pool, and of course, before you get out of your car, if you do have any children or pets that you like to drive around as well, be sure to check the back seat and never leave anyone or any pets in your car for any amount of time. Storms highs today still below average, but it's pretty sticky outside, and we have showers working their way on in. Low 80s for highs today. First alert weather day tomorrow for Thursday late afternoon and evening. Showers and thunderstorms. These not severe, but some heavy rain and a bit of lightning back over in some of our eastern counties, Pulaski County through Dent County, and very heavy rain could lead to some localized flooding at times into the evening. Right now we haven't had any big problems with that though yet today. Ozark County back down through Marshall, getting in on some moderate to heavy rain and a little bit of lightning there as well. The next few hours, rain still settles mostly along and south of I-44 at 7 o'clock. And overnight tonight, many staying dry, and models are trying to keep us a little bit drier tomorrow morning. This could actually help increase our severe threat for your Thursday late afternoon and evening hours as we track another wave of storms that could move on in and bring us all severe threats possible, and also the potential for some flooding. So we'll be watching out for that tomorrow as the first alert weather day. Today, temperatures have been a bit variable at times thanks to the clouds and rain. Right now, 75 in Springfield, some 80s from Camdenton through Mountain Grove, 78 in West Plains and Mountain Home right now. Raining in Harrison currently, and temperatures back in the low 70s by around 9 p.m. for many. And then clouds hanging around tonight will sit in the upper 60s, I'd say, for many tomorrow morning, with temperatures tomorrow afternoon climbing back into the upper 70s to low 80s again. Rain and storms arrive, may cool you off briefly, but very humid conditions continue, with the potential for storms to become severe in the evening. And I want to talk more about your flooding risk coming up soon. Or back over from parts of Phelps County, covering much of Dent County with a thunderstorm there. Isolated in Shannon and Oregon County, Ozark County, back down over towards Mountain Home, looking at some rain, some thunderstorms there, some brief pockets of heavy rain. And there has been a low severe risk today, though. I'd say that threat not really there with these storms that we're tracking right now. Maybe some gusty winds, some lightning, and still the potential for some heavy downpours to lead to maybe some localized flooding, but that threat's also going to be on the lower end this evening. Better chance though Thursday and into Friday. Tomorrow morning we'll wake up dry. We'll have some cloud cover, and then into the afternoon, some dry time right now looking possible as well. Better rain and storm chances by Thursday evening. These could be severe, working their way on in from the west, and we'll continue to watch some scattered storms tomorrow evening and into the overnight hours. Maybe a little bit greater coverage. These could still be severe, continuing into early Friday morning with some heavy rain, some thunderstorms, and the potential for flooding. Tomorrow, first alert weather day. We have level 2 slight threat for severe storms highlighted here. You see in yellow, and then much of the rest of the area included in that level 1 marginal threat. But all severe threats possible, including a tornado risk, damaging wind gusts, and some large hail will be kind of what we see more of within maybe some of these storms with just an isolated tornado. This evening, though, temperatures pretty mild. It's just humid, kind of sticky. We'll be in the low 70s by 9 o'clock. Overnight lows tonight in the mid to upper 60s for many in the morning, and highs tomorrow trying to climb into the low 80s, a few mid 80s in some spots. But of course, when rain returns, it will cool you off and stay a bit sticky heading into the evening. Temperatures warming up each day all the way through the start of next week, with rain chances beginning to go down this weekend. A few more showers and storms Friday, and then a small chance Saturday, mostly in the morning, but drier as we head into the start of next week with temperatures getting hot. This is Friday morning. Some scattered rain and storms across much of the state. By the evening hours, rain and storm chances looking a little bit better along and north of Highway 60. Heavy downpours still possible, and then into Saturday morning, could see maybe a few showers waking up, but I think we'll see a lot of dry time tomorrow afternoon with maybe some peaks of sunshine here and there for the later half of the day Saturday. But there is a flood watch in place for tomorrow afternoon all the way through Friday morning now for areas north of Highway 60, back into central Missouri and much of Kansas and parts of northern Oklahoma as well. We're looking at the potential for some spots to maybe even pick up more than 3 inches of rain in just that short period of time. But our pattern is changing up. You're looking at the jet stream here. Our westerly, kind of southwesterly flow pattern bringing us more active weather. It's changing. Jet stream's going to continue to shift much further to the north. Big upper level ridge takes shape next week, and a nice hot week on tap for us as we begin the month of July. It's going to feel like it. Feels like that. Rain chances right now and Thursday and Friday with some very heavy rain possible. And over the next 7 days, really this just falling through early Saturday. Many will pick up at least an inch of rain, a little bit less potentially in parts of northern Arkansas, but you can see lining up close to Highway 60 and off to the north, we actually have the potential for some spots to maybe see around 2 to 4 inches of rain, with potentially even some locally higher totals as well. So we are watching a flooding risk tomorrow. We have a slight risk issued for many here in southwestern Missouri, all of us, and then into parts of northern Arkansas with a low risk back down towards Harrison, and we'll continue to see another threat on Friday, level slight risk, I should say, back here across parts of southwestern Missouri, but just about everyone also included in a risk almost on Friday as well. And there's a small severe risk for today. It's not looking great. Friday, it's also going to be a lower risk as well, but tomorrow, first alert weather day, all severe threats looking possible. We've had a really active spring weather pattern, and that's about to change. We'll start to get drier, and our temperatures will start to warm up next week. Feels like temperatures for your Sunday afternoon, upper 90s to 100s, maybe even up to 105 in parts of central Missouri. And then same story on Monday, 100, maybe 105 degrees in spots. So the summer heat getting the memo as we begin the month of July. Next couple of hours relative into the overnight hours, we'll be back in the mid to upper 60s with some rain, some thunderstorm chances on the way over the next few hours, but drier late tonight and into tomorrow morning. Highs in the upper 70s to mid 80s tomorrow. That's actually a bit below average for this time of year. And tomorrow is a first alert weather day. We are tracking some late afternoon and evening storms that could be severe, with all severe threats looking possible, including a tornado risk as well as the potential for flooding once again here across the Ozarks. I want to talk more about the timing and the rainfall totals you can expect coming up on KY3 News at 5. Nothing severe and just some heavy rain and a bit of lightning situated mostly south of I-44. Back over into Dent County, northern Shannon County, a thunderstorm producing a decent amount of lightning here. Some scattered rain back over towards Houston and into north central Arkansas right now. Some heavy rain that is starting to weaken. You see over the last about an hour or so, and we'll continue to see some scattered showers over the next few hours, mostly south of the interstate. Not really expecting anything to become severe, and many will stay dry tonight with rain on the way tomorrow late afternoon and evening. Showers and storms that could be severe with the first alert weather day for your Thursday. Temperatures right now a bit variable thanks to the rain. We have some low 70s to low 80s, 81 in Camden, 70 in Branson. We'll be back in the low 70s for many by around 10 o'clock. Once again, rain wrapping up overnight tonight. Will be mostly dry, and then mid to upper 60s for morning lows tomorrow, with highs tomorrow back in the upper 70s to even some mid 80s. With storm chances on the way, we'll talk more about your first alert weather day tomorrow, how much rain you can expect coming up soon. A bit of rain and a few thunderstorms mostly south of I-44. The greatest, heaviest of the rain, I should say, back over into parts of Dent County, northern Shannon County, with a few of these thunderstorms containing a lot of lightning, some heavy rain there. Becoming a little bit lighter to more moderate rain back in south central Missouri, north central Arkansas. And rain over the next few hours staying mostly south of I-44. Overnight tonight, we dry on out. Tomorrow morning looking mostly dry as well, with rain chances going up mostly in the evening hours tomorrow. First alert weather day for your Thursday. We'll have showers and storms. Some could be severe with all severe threats possible. Then heading into the overnight hours, more rain and storms, some greater coverage as well. These could be severe too. By Friday morning, scattered rain, thunderstorms, some may pack a punch, but also looking at a flooding threat that we'll talk about. Now tomorrow, Level 2 slight risk for severe storms highlighted here. You see in yellow. I mentioned all severe risks, damaging wind gusts 60, 70 miles an hour, some large hail, and a tornado or two could be possible with the potential for flooding for some of you. Over the next couple of hours, you'll notice temperatures a bit variable for some things to the rain, but most falling back into the low 70s for 9 o'clock, and then overnight lows in the mid to upper 60s tomorrow morning, and highs tomorrow trying to climb into the low 80s again for many before rain and thunderstorm chances return into the late afternoon and evening hours. You'll notice your highs warming up daily all the way through the start of next week. Rain chances Thursday, Friday, and into parts of Saturday. Saturday will not be a washout, maybe a few morning showers mostly, but a nice yet hot weekend ahead. Here's Friday's rain. By the morning hours, still tracking scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then Friday afternoon and evening, I think the better chance for rain north of Highway 60. Some thunderstorms as well. They'll try to work their way a little bit further south overnight. And Saturday morning, a few showers waking up, but I think many in the afternoon will actually be dry with a few peaks of sunshine for the later half of the day Saturday. Now there is a flood watch in place for Thursday afternoon all the way through Friday morning for areas highlighted in green. North of Highway 60. That's where we'll see some of the greatest rainfall totals. And this is over the next 7 days. This is actually really just falling from today, Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday morning, where you see north of Highway 60, some spots picking up maybe even 2 to 4 inches of rain with locally higher totals. Certainly still possible. Not as much for you in northern Arkansas, but I think many still picking up maybe around that ½ of an inch to an inch of rain mark. Now our weather pattern will begin to change today and tomorrow. Kind of this westerly southwesterly flow pattern keeps our weather pretty active. But the jet stream, which you're looking at here, does begin to shift further north. It's great at transporting cooler air. None of that for us. Big upper level ridge settles on in at the start of next week, and it is going to get hot here across the Midwest with temperatures climbing back. So that'll actually be a nice little break for me.
Yeah, a nice break for you. Well, a question for you today.
Okay.
What is the oldest national park in the U.S.? Yosemite, Yellowstone, or Hot Springs?
I've really gotten a lot of these wrong. I'm going to say Yosemite.
Yeah, that's my guess too, actually. So the answer is
No.
Yellowstone.
Well, that was my second guess.
Yeah, 1872, Yosemite 1890, and Hot Springs 1921. So it was a latecomer there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe the 4th of July weekend, if I remember right, was the Ward Branch Greenway there in South Springfield. So to clear that up, I was confused a bit there. Hey, tomorrow's the first alert weather day.
Yes, temperatures below average. We'll be in the upper 70s to low 80s again, but we do have storm chances, mostly in the east.
Summertime, it's hot. Thanks.